Let me tell you a travel story how I made money in Morocco while hitchhiking. I started in Agadir. I took a taxi to Taghazout and I surfed some days in Taghazout. And as always, after some days, I feel okay, I need to move. So I wanted to go to Essaouira and I searched for a way to get there. I asked the local people if there are buses. They say, no, not really. Then I went to a taxi driver and he told me, of course, I can bring you there, 70 euro. Okay, wait. I paid 11 euro from Portugal to Morocco, so there is no way for me to pay 70 euro to get a taxi to one city. I opened Google Maps. I wanted to know how far are the cities apart. Okay, 150 kilometers. It's even possible to walk. I walked the Camino de Santiago, 300 kilometers. So in the worst case, I will walk the Camino de Morocco in, I don't know in how long. So the next day, I woke up very early. I packed all my stuff, my 10 kilogram of luggage, and I walked. I started to walk into the desert. I started to walk my way. And in the morning, when I woke up, I felt I will arrive today in Essaouira. I will get to my target. I have no idea how, but I felt I will make it. So I started to walk. I started to walk for like an hour. And after 1 hour, a guy was stopping. It was Ahmed. Ahmed is a lifeguard in a hotel in Taghazout. I got into the car and we were driving. The funniest thing is, it was his holiday. It is the first time after 1 month that Ahmed is now visiting his family. In the back of the car, he had croissants, he had bread, because he wanted to spend the breakfast with his parents. And while we were driving, he said, hey, get some breakfast. And I felt a little bit ashamed because he is driving me for free and now he is also offering me breakfast. But I said, no, thank you so much. But he insisted. He said, please take at least one croissant. Okay. So I reluctantly accepted. We chatted a little bit about his family, about his job. And after 30 minutes, he said, okay, this is the last place that you can come with me. Now I drive to the town to my parents. And when I left the car, he took a coin and he said, here you are. It's for the taxi. In this moment, I felt confused because I am coming from the rich country. I'm from the Western countries. He is driving me for 30 minutes for free. He is giving me breakfast, and then at the end, he is also giving me 10 dirham. It's not a lot, but he gave me a coin and said, hey, maybe you need it for the next taxi. Amazing. I got out of the car and I walked again. I was in the nowhere. I was passing by nomads that were living in the desert. They lived in self-built houses in the nowhere with their animals. I passed by a school with kids and they were waving me like crazy. They were happy to see someone walking in front of the school. Maybe they have never seen something like this, that a tourist is walking there. I don't know. So again, I walked for another 30 minutes and then a guy stopped. Mohammed, a doctor from the airport in Agadir. I was driving with him for another 30 minutes. But he said, hey, I need to renew my passport. We need to go to the immigration center. We were driving through little villages and he stopped in one village and he said, Markus, here you can get the best bananas. Wait in the car. And then he left the car. It was a very small town, a very traditional local town in Morocco. The people were looking into the car. Mohammed left the car and I thought, nice, I get bananas. No, for 2 seconds I thought, now they will kidnap me and something will happen. After 10 minutes, Mohammed came back with a cold fresh water and with a package of little bananas. And we started to drive again. We went to the immigration center and now I know how it looks like to be in an official office in Morocco. So he renewed his passport and yeah, we were driving to Imsouane. We were chatting about our jobs. I told him that I'm working online, that I'm teaching, and then he said, if you want, I'm now driving to the place of my parents. I will visit them after a long time. They have a free room, you have a place to stay, and if you want, there is Wi-Fi, you can work. So amazing. I also got a free accommodation. But yeah, I felt on this day I want to arrive in Essaouira. So I needed to say kindly no. Before we arrived in Imsouane, he stopped at a coffee place. He invited me for a coffee. We had a chat and then I started to walk again. And I said goodbye to Mohammed. And he told me, if you go now straight this way, cars will come and they will take you to Essaouira. You need to pay a little bit. Those are like unofficial taxis. But yeah, you pay a little bit and then you get to your target. So I was walking the way. After some minutes, a car stopped. I just said, Essaouira. They said, 30 dirham. I said, okay. And I got into the car. So we were driving to the next little town. And then he stopped and told me something in Arabic. I didn't understand, but I felt that he said, okay, now you need to change the car. So I got out of the car. I was waiting for 2 minutes and another car was coming. He said, come in. I got into this car and then and finally, after 3 stops, after 2 hitchhikings, after, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours of walking in the desert, passing by schools, passing by nomads, passing by animals, I finally made it to Essaouira. And when I arrived in Essaouira, a very positive feeling was coming from the inside of me. In the morning when I left Taghazout, I didn't know what will happen. I didn't know if I would sleep in the desert, if I will die. I had no idea what will happen, but a basic trust was giving me the feeling that I will arrive in Imsouane safely, happily, and yeah, with the help of others. I was happy that traveling was giving me the opportunity to see this basic trust, to get this basic trust back. We all have this basic trust that we forget because of education, because of socialization, because of socialization. All of us have this basic trust. We know we can manage everything by ourselves. And if not, we can ask people, we can find the people that will help us to get to the place where we want to be, physically or mentally. So this basic trust was helping me to see that humanity exists, to see the good things. Without this basic trust, I would maybe pay the money for the taxi and he would drive me to the next city. But now I was making my way. I was walking with the confidence and with the feeling I will arrive in the city. I have no idea how, but I was sure I will. Because I was listening to my intuition and not to my mind. We should use our mind to make good decisions, but our mind should not use us. Otherwise, you will think too much, you will end up in a circle of thoughts that is not healthy. I really hope that this story can inspire you to start little by little. You don't need to walk in the desert in Morocco and to hope that you will get to your target, but sometimes go out without your mobile, without Google Maps, without any plans and see what life is offering. And life is offering a lot. If you listen to your intuition, if you listen to your heart, and if you don't listen too much to your mind. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Morocco. Thank you for listening to this story.